Okay, so I got quite a few things to go over this morning. So, first off, EMS COVID testing and the antibody test. I did put it out to all the EMTs that we worked with Mila on this. We're going to test voluntarily those that want once a week. Part of this is to try to catch those early that may have COVID or the asymptomatics. So, and there's no cost to that. The other side of it is, though, the antibody test. There is an expense to that. I would like approval to put it out to EMTs that they can get that. We'll run it through their insurance, but then we'll pick up what it doesn't cover.
How much would that be?
The tests are around $100 through the hospital here. Mila told me most insurance companies are covering it. So,
In the antibody test, how long is that going to show positive results? I mean, after, because I've read and heard all kinds of confusing.
they say 90 days. So, but it could be longer than that too.
Or shorter.
Correct. But part of
I'm
this
assuming
is,
once they have that antibody test, that's a one-time test, or?
yes.
Yeah.
But what it's doing is it will kind of give us a baseline of where we're at with EMS, of who all has actually had
Who's
this.
been exposed and who hasn't? Do you anticipate quite a few? You're saying it's voluntary, right?
Yeah.
So do you think you'd have quite a few?
Probably about half. And I look at it as it's just kind of, it's a hazard of the job. So, but we're trying to get a baseline because we're going to be dealing with this for a while. So,
That won't change the status of anybody or anything. It's just
no,
strictly informational.
correct. They still have to wear their PPE on calls. We still are running COVID positive ambulance runs. So they'll still have to wear all their PPE and everything. Also, we do have it to where if we do get short, we can actually run with asymptomatic positives if they are all suited up. So,
I did read that.
I think it'd be a wise idea to do it. Go ahead and test them. Test us, I guess.
okay. Do I need a formal motion?
Well, and another thing too is, if they're tested and they're positive and they catch it early enough,
Right.
the hospital can go ahead and use that new medicine, that IV thing to,
If they qualify.
if they qualify.
Yeah.
But, I mean, a lot of it is catching it early.
Our goal is to try to catch it early to get some separation so we don't end up with a whole bunch of people sick at once, because that will be a big problem. So,
Roger?
Well, I move that we cover the expense that the insurance company will not cover for the testing.
Okay.
Do I have to abstain from that?
yes.
Okay, then I'll second the motion. All in favor? Aye. So we still have it.
Okay.
Okay, we just had a motion to go ahead and allow for the antibody testing.
The motion.
Roger, second by me.
Are you thinking
Willie abstained.
this will come out of general? Or are we gonna, you think you got enough in yours?
We have enough in the budget.
So it's gonna come out of your budget then? Okay.
We're actually doing very well on our
I imagine
budget
you're getting some
currently.
revenue.
So,
Say that too loud.
Only this year.
only this year. Yes, right now. And there's lots of reasons for that, but.
And they're all good, so.
I wanted to let you guys know the power load and cot did come in through the Spark. It is installed. We did, while the guy was here, I just made the decision to go ahead and we will pay for the extra expense, but he put the new power load in 7A and took the old power load and put it in 7B, just because 7B don't get used as much. we figured the newer one should go in the one that gets used the most, so
Makes sense.
we did do that. The automated CPR machines are shipping right now. We don't have them yet, but they will be here by the end of the year. And those are they strap on the person and they do the CPR, so we can run with less people. Radios, I am looking at updating some of our radios, and so probably at the next meeting, I'll have a quote for that. The radios that we currently have, we're getting to the end of life, and we already had some issues with some of them. So
Batteries are not charging, that type of thing, or?
we've replaced some batteries, but we've actually had some radios that are having problems. And our radios are old enough that they're no longer supported. So,
Or have any value to them?
They're no longer what?
supported. So like, I can't send them into Motorola to be fixed. Vance can work on some things, it just depends on what's wrong with them. But we can also get used radios, but there again, you're gonna be in the same boat. It's the same radio that we have, and so when it quits, they're not supported anymore. So we're looking at that. I think if we just kind of update little by little every year, instead of it all coming at one big chunk, so
So what are you thinking, maybe 5 a year, 10 a year?
probably about 5 a year. Right, once the new students get out of class, all of our radios will be out, so,
Well, I know we've
which
had
is a
this-
good thing.
Yeah.
How many students you have in right now?
We had 3 and we're down to 2, so, and they'll be done the end of December and then test in January, so. I did want to talk to you guys about part of going through all of this. It has brought some infection control issues to light. One of those is there's no doors from the ambulance bay into the bathrooms.
Say
So
that again.
there's no doors into the bathrooms from the ambulance bay. They have to come through.
So if there was contamination, they'd drag it through the office.
Correct.
Point.
We do have a lot of EMTs that are actually wearing changes of clothes or bringing clothes with them, and they're showering after runs, just so they don't take it with them. So I would like to look at getting an estimate. I did have some people look at it. There's nothing in those walls, and there is room to put a door in each bathroom, but we may have to move the stairway to the other side.
And what about the wash? What's under there though?
So that's the other thing, is the washer and dryer too. It's the same way. They have to go around currently, and so we're looking for a fix to that too.
Well, I don't see any harm in entertaining some bids,
Okay.
see where it's at.
Okay. The EMS pickup. We've been running with Response One for several years now. That is a very old sheriff's pickup that we got from them. The mileage is quite high. It does have an exhaust leak. It's got some other problems. We are actually using it quite a bit, more so from the Bird City side. It's over there, and then when there's one on here and 2 on in Bird, somebody comes over here.
I don't know if it's any help whatsoever, but Cody is going to get rid of one in January.
Okay,
You might have a discussion with him to see if it's worth even
okay,
keeping, and if not,
okay.
That's an Explorer, right?
I think it is. Does that make a difference?
Yeah, because we have that trailer that we pull with the gator and all that, if need be, but we could use a sheriff's pickup if we had to.
Well, you could pull it with an Explorer, couldn't you?
Could
Probably.
it be a little,
Oh, I think they got the balls on them.
Yeah.
Receiver inches.
Well, I will talk to him. I just will let you guys know that. Huh?
I'm talking to her.
Oh. I did look at, Yost does have a couple used vehicles. The prices are about $40,000 and they're used. I did have them, because that's what we ended up doing down in Sherman County, is I had them price out the basic pickup on government contract. and that comes to about 39,000. So if we do have to go that route, that makes more sense to me, to get brand new 0 miles for less money than it is for a used vehicle with 40 to 50,000 miles on it. But I will talk to Cody first, so.
And the used one has all the electric and all that, which you don't need, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's got obviously
Toys,
more things than,
whistles.
yeah. Not a lot of people like plain Jane pickups, so. Okay, I will talk to Cody and then I'll have more on that.
Okay.
The craft grant will open up tomorrow. Jill wanted me to ask permission to go ahead and apply for that. That does have a 25% match. That will be for 2021.
But we've gotten some really good equipment.
Yes, last year we got a Zoll through that, which are very expensive. She said that she would like to get some training equipment, some mannequins. One of the mannequins that we have that we use a lot is actually owned by somebody in Sherman County. So we borrow it, and she's looking at getting one of our own. So
Did the hospital retain any of those mannequins that you used to have some at one?
yeah, they have some too.
Yeah, but we don't have access to those?
No, we can use some of them too. We do have some EMTs that are interested in taking the A class. So if they do go that route, one of the mannequins is for the IVs and all that. So, and then the one they use a lot is to put in the breathing.
Who sponsors that? That A training?
Well, they would do the same grant through the state to take the class,
Okay.
but then we would also sponsor them. Okay. So I would like to call for 10 minutes of executive session for non-elected personnel.
Okay.
Should we make it longer so we can cover that other stuff?
Yeah, let's make it 15.
Okay.
As I move.
In a second.
All in favor?
Okay.
Elmer, give us 15 minutes, please.
Okay.